2024 has had no end of fantastic games. This year, I've played some games that are now going to be some of my favorite of all time. So I thought, let's have a look at some of these great games that I've played this year. Now, I have to point out that these are games that I have played this year. I know there was so many games that I didn't get to check out this year, and they might not be in this list. So if you've played them and they're not in this list, please make sure to comment down below. It's the thing that content creators do this time of year. We put out lists just to say what amazing games we've played. And to be fair, there are some bangers in here, so make sure you stick around. Don't forget, if you like what you're seeing on the channel, to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into the video. So first up on the list, we have Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Now, this game is a really fun puzzle game. It actually made me pick up my Nintendo Switch after being left dusty for so long. I'm not really a Nintendo Switch player, but when I saw this came out, I knew I had to check it out, and it was absolutely incredible. This game was an old GBA game that was ported over to the Nintendo Switch, and I recommend everybody go out and play this. It's just a really fun puzzle game. It's one of those things, sometimes you get all these big epic RPGs, you get all these fantastic platformers, and then sometimes you just want to chill out and pick up the Nintendo Switch and have a little play for 5-10 minutes. And this is the game to do it. They're just short little puzzles that are absolutely incredible. The premise of the game is that you go back to that classic rivalry of Mario versus Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong sees these little toy Mario figures and he takes them all. And it's your job as Mario to go through the levels to obtain all the other little Mario characters. And to be fair, this game is just one of those chill out, switch your brain off, enjoy, and just take it all in. It's just got that Mario charm that we all know and love. And I just, honestly, everybody go out and play this. It was such a fantastic little game. Now, I certainly didn't think I'd be putting a mobile game on my list of games that I've been playing this year. But do you know what? I've sunk a hell of a lot of time into this game. Pokémon the trading card game Pocket is easily one of the most addictive games that I've played this year. There is just something about it. I mean, I grew up in the era where Pokémon was huge. And to be honest with you, in my opinion, you won't beat the original 151. And this game just sung out to me straight away. It reminds me of being a kid and just getting Pokemon cards and collecting them and trading them and playing them in the schoolyard and doing all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. So the premise of this game is that you are a Pokemon trainer and you collect cards and you battle with them. It focuses more on the old school style of battling, that card setup. It is absolutely incredible. What I loved about this in particular is that even though you can play against the computer, there is the ability to actually play against real world people as well. So you actually are not just going to get the same thing every single time. And you can collect cards as well, which is just absolutely insane. And they're the original designs from back when I was a kid. So I absolutely adore this game. I honestly didn't think I'd be that into it as I actually am. And like, I don't think there's been a day since it came out where I haven't really played it, because every single day you get 2 packs that you can open within a 24-hour period. And that allows you to be able to collect the cards, and then you can build up your actual team. And then depending on what style of Pokemon you want to go for, whether you want to go for like fire or water or grass or anything else in between, you can even mix them up, whatever. You can create your own teams, battle against people, and it's just a lot of fun. They also have been putting challenges on there as well, which has been also a lot of fun, because you can have something to work towards. You can collect other things that are just timed events. Honestly, this turned out to be a lot better than what I thought. And I was expecting there also to be some like transactions in there, because it just seems like that's the thing. But there is no paid transactions unless you want to pay for them. You can play this game completely free. So it is just great. I absolutely recommend everybody go out and play this game. One other thing to note as well is they are constantly updating the game, and they've just released a new lot of packs with more modern Pokemon in it. So if you're not into the original 151, you can also now get the newer cards as well. So I'm learning a lot more about some of the Pokemon that I completely missed as well in the other generations. So definitely go check it out. When Elden Ring released, it easily was one of my favorite games, and being able to play this with Graham as well, we put in a lot of time. We actually were able to platinum the game together, so this will always hold that little special place in my heart. When the DLC was announced, though, it was safe to say it did not disappoint. I will say this game was as hard as the original, if not a little bit harder. It was definitely a lot of fun to go around again, and myself and Graham played this a whole bunch. It was absolutely insane. The one thing I will say, though, is I was really disappointed with how it kind of ended. I won't spoil it for anybody, but let's just say there was a cutscene and it was very lackluster, and then it just kind of finished and it was done. I was hoping for a little bit more story, which I know From Software are not really, they're not known for their storytelling and, their outward sort of story direction. But I don't know. The last boss was really hard. I mean, it's a From Software game, so you expect it to be hard. But then it just felt like there was nothing to reward the amount of time that you put into trying to beat that boss. So other than that, though, I would definitely say it was a fantastic DLC. I know it's not a game, but at the same time, I put a lot of time into this. I would say I probably easily hit sort of 20 to 30 hours on the DLC alone. I mean, there are games that are like fully fledged games that are shorter than that. So I'm kind of classing this as a game. It was cool, though. Definitely go check that one out. When I saw this get announced, I knew it would be a day one purchase. Silent Hill 2 was one of my favorite horror games going back on the PS2, and I was excited to see what they did with this, and I really did not expect it to be as good as what it was. In this game, you play as James Sunderland, who mysteriously gets a letter from his late wife Mary, who apparently died 3 years prior. In the letter, she invites him to their special place, which is Silent Hill. So James travels to Silent Hill to uncover the mystery behind this letter. In this game, you do meet some of the best characters in video games, especially in horror video games. You meet the likes of Eddie, you meet Angela, Laura. There's a whole host of different characters and stories that are being told within this one story alone. The story deals with lots of themes as well, such as guilt, grief, and personal demons. Over the years, we've actually seen a lot of remakes come into modern day systems, and for me, this is definitely in the top 3 of some of the greatest remakes there have been. So definitely make sure you don't skip this one, because it's just amazing. Now, for anybody that knows me, this will be absolutely no shock that this is my favorite game of 2024, but also may even be my favorite game of all time. Yes, we are talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This game just blew my mind. It was absolutely incredible. And this game is a follow-on from Final Fantasy VII Remake, where you follow the story of Cloud Strife. Now, this has slightly deviated from the original story of Final Fantasy VII, and I can tell you, I was really dubious about the whole thing, but Remake taught me, don't worry about it, everything will be fine. And then Rebirth was like, oh my god. There were so many points in this game where I was like really anxious, then there were parts where I was laughing, and there were parts where I got really emotional and tearful. This game really hit me in a lot of ways that no other game really has. So this game literally continues after the events of Final Fantasy VII Remake, with Cloud and his party escaping the dystopian city of Midgar. Rebirth really did expand on everything that Remake did right, and made it a lot more open world, which was fantastic just to see these lands and these places really fleshed out. Now let me tell you seriously, it was amazing to be able to walk around places like Junon or Gongaga or Cosmo Canyon. It was just mind-blowing. These things that, you may have played from the original Final Fantasy VII game that you could just explore, and it was just fleshed out and detailed and incredible, and I absolutely was in awe of all of these different areas that you could explore. One of the things that people really weren't keen on was the fact that there were a lot of mini games within this game, and you know what, like, I completely get it, but at the same time, I actually loved all of the mini games. I thought they were all incredible, and I cannot wait to go back and play some more. Also, I think we would be doing it a disservice if we did not talk about Queen's Blood. This possibly may be the greatest card game that ever existed in a Final Fantasy game, hands down. And in the future, I would absolutely love this if this was like a phone app or something like that. We could play the game on the go, because I just got completely hooked by this game. It was incredible. This really is the game of the year for me. I absolutely adored it, and I'm due to go back and play through it once again, because I absolutely just, oh my god, I'm in awe of it. It's just so great. So everyone should go out and play this game. Whether you played Final Fantasy before or not, this one is a must. So those are 5 games that I played this year that absolutely blew my mind. And I no doubt 2025 is going to be in store for some amazing games too. But I'm kind of thinking that in the new year, I might start going back and check out some other games that I haven't checked out. And also, there are probably going to be quite a few games next year that I'm really going to want to check out. And I'm probably still going to be catching up from this year. So again, let us know down in the comments below what you guys are actually going to be playing this year coming up. What games you played this year just gone. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. So we will definitely check you out on the next one. Thank you very much, everyone, for sticking around to the end. And we'll see you next time.